I've got some fall and some Halloween DIYs, and they're all from Dollar Tree. I'm Jamie, the crafty DIY guy. Welcome back to my channel. And for my first DIY, we are going to take these chair covers that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and we are going to create something very, very special. Now, if you take your chair covers out, you're going to notice that it has this little bit of a lip here at the top, but don't even worry about that. Take your second chair cover and you are going to open that up as well, and you are going to place it over top of your other chair cover, so you've got two of the scarecrow sides facing out. In my case, I used one that was, I guess, technically the boy scarecrow, and one that was technically the girl scarecrow. That way I've got a reversible pillow. We are creating a fun pillow. Now, go ahead and take your two chair covers and you are just going to glue them together. You're going to take some hot glue and you're just going to go all the way around. You could certainly use a fabric glue if you wanted, but this is felt. And this actually worked out really, really well. I love the way that this turned out, actually, because the way that you're gluing them together, it really makes it feel like it's a scarecrow. Now, go ahead and stuff it nice and full with your favorite stuffing. I just grabbed an old pillow, and then you're going to glue together the final side here where you kept that open so you could stuff everything. Look at the size of this pillow. And the best thing about this is it's reversible. These are going to be perfect on my front porch. Now for this next DIY, we're going to take two of these houses from Dollar Tree, and we are going to take some little wood blocks, and we are going to use these ghost picks that I picked up at Michael's. We are going to create some very cute ghost-like shadow boxes that are not going to be scary. They're going to be perfect for Halloween. I know for me, I don't typically do scary Halloween. I tried to do kind of fun transitional Halloween. Now, you are going to take the picks or the metal piece that come with these ghosts, and you're just going to go ahead and remove them. I'm using my lineman pliers here, and it cuts through metal, it cuts through wire, it cuts through all kinds of things really, really easily. And you're just going to do that right at the tip of your ghost, and then there will be a little piece of metal that's still inside there, so just go ahead and pull that out. It's just kind of the remainder of the stick. And unfortunately, this is where I kind of goofed up, and I didn't film a lot of the rest of this DIY, which is kind of why I'm just kind of rambling on here. What I did was I took my houses outside, I spray painted them black, and then I took my little wood blocks and I glued them to the back of my ghosts. That way my ghosts were going to be kind of standing up, kind of like what you see here. Right now the ghosts are kind of balancing on that wood block, if you will. So go ahead and take your little wood blocks and you are going to glue those to the back of your ghost, because that way your ghost is going to appear like it's kind of flying in the air. And I did take my houses out back and I spray painted them black. By the way, I have not shown you guys like when I spray paint anymore. I've just been kind of eliminating that. Let me know, do you miss that kind of footage? Do you want to see me spray painting? I'm assuming most of us know how to spray paint, and if you want me to include it back in there, I'm happy to do that. I have no problem at all. So now that I've got my ghosts ready, this is unfortunately where I lost the other footage. I spray painted them black. I love the way these turned out. I put some little garland pieces behind there just to kind of pop. I glued them right to the back of the ghost. Then I glued them to the center of my shadow box, and I've got these cute little ghost shadow boxes. Now, kind of jumping back into the harvest kind of ideas or fall kind of DIYs, you've got a candlestick here. You've got these long kind of craft cinnamon sticks. I found out that these are actually cardboard. They do have cinnamon kind of scents to them, so they do smell like cinnamon, but they're actually made out of hard cardboard. Now, I wanted to originally glue these to the side of my candlestick, but I wasn't sure if that would work well or not. So I decided to take a piece of yellow ribbon that was going to be very flexible, and I just kind of guesstimated about how much it was going to take to wrap this around. Now, I'm going to take my yellow ribbon and I'm just going to lay this out flat. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down, and then we're going to move our candlestick out of the way. And we are going to take our cinnamon sticks and we're going to glue them to the ribbon. And the reason why I'm doing this is because then I'll be able to wrap this ribbon around the candlestick and tie this off. So go ahead and just line up your cinnamon sticks along your ribbon. You can do this, in a lot of different ways. You could certainly use spaces. You could use different size cinnamon sticks if you wanted to. I wanted to do just full cinnamon sticks because I love that these cinnamon sticks are the same exact height. They're actually even just a slightly smidge taller than those Dollar Tree candlesticks, which is perfect. So as you're kind of pulling your cinnamon sticks out, if you have some that are a little wonky, maybe a little weird shaped, you can kind of play with that placement. The idea here is to have them as close together as possible. And when you've kind of moved on and you kind of see, like here, you can see I obviously need to add more cinnamon sticks. So just keep doing it and keep going until you've got enough to almost cover it. You want to leave a space for about 2 cinnamon sticks worth, and you'll see why in just a little bit. So now that I've got this all wrapped up, we're going to now tie this around, and you can see that by eliminating those 2 cinnamon sticks, that's actually giving me a little bit of leeway to kind of play with this. And then you can just fill it in with the other 2 cinnamon sticks like so. And now after I've got this all ready to go, I am going to take this larger fall harvest ribbon that I picked up. This, I actually think I've had this since last year. I did get it at Dollar Tree though. And I'm going to glue this around to my cinnamon sticks. That's kind of the point of that ribbon because it's going to help with the glue. Now you could certainly glue this to the cinnamon sticks, but I wanted it to be a little more loose looking. I didn't want it to clump or kind of do anything weird, because also this is going to be removable. That is the other really good thing about this, is because those cinnamon sticks are on that ribbon. Once you've kind of got everything, once your candle is burned out, you can easily remove this and put it onto another candlestick. Now, I did take another piece of yellow ribbon. I'm just kind of feeding it up around that larger ribbon. And then we are going to take this and we are just going to tie off a bow to kind of complement and coordinate with the ribbon itself. And when you're done, you've got a really, really cute DIY. I love this so much, and you can use it for every single candle that you burn this year. Now for this next DIY, we're going to take these houses and these Dollar Tree lights, and we're going to create a little village. Now I am just going to do one just for this example, but imagine getting like 3 or 4 of these wooden houses. Paint them up whatever color you want. You can find very similar houses at Dollar Tree. This did come from Dollar Tree, but you can find other ones at Michael's. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at other craft stores. And just paint them up. Paint them up to whatever your desired color is. I'm going with just a very simple basic black because this is going to coordinate best with my Halloween decor. Obviously, you can paint this whatever color you want. Now, for your lights, you're going to take the lights and we are going to actually glue them to the back of your house. Now, the lights, when you're gluing these, you will want to just glue on the wires. You will not want to add glue to the light bulb portion. At least that's what I did here, and it ended up working out just fine. You'll see. So you're going to just kind of take your string lights and you're literally going to be gluing them down kind of in whatever works for the size of your house. And the important thing is keeping those light bulbs kind of close to the windows of your houses. That way, when everything is illuminated, you've got the glow of those lights. Now, you don't want to show your light bulbs. You want those to kind of be hidden. But I think you understand what I'm saying here. And you are just going to add this string light to the back of your house. Now, this is the battery operated string lights, and I think this probably works best for a small project like this. If you're going with a larger set of houses, perhaps the lights from the like the plug-in kind of lights that you would get for your Christmas tree, for example. They make them in Halloween colors, and you could certainly use that as well. But when you are done with this, it is the cutest. I love this so much. I can totally imagine an entire village of Halloween houses. You could use purple, you could use white, you could use orange lights. So cute. Now this next DIY is going to incorporate these canning lids that I picked up from Dollar Tree. You can buy just the lids by themselves. And if you take all of these lids and kind of put them all together to where the kind of corner of the edge, I guess, of the lid is kind of within each other, it is going to create kind of a fan. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here as I kind of piece these together. And when you kind of squeeze them and pinch them like this, you've got kind of this ring. So go ahead and take some twine and just kind of feed it through there. I just took my big ball of twine here that was still on the spool, and then I just kind of cut the spool off and kind of fixed it back the way it was. And all my hard work for nothing. And you're just going to take the twine and you're going to tie this off in a knot. Now, I use this kind of thicker twine. I think if I were to redo this, I might use a thinner twine, but either way, it's going to work out totally fine. And then you're just going to kind of start fanning this out. Now, when you take your twine, make sure it's a good sturdy twine, and just kind of fan it out, tie it off in a knot, trim away your knot, and then as you kind of start to kind of play around with it, you will see that it starts to create this really cool pumpkin shape. Now, I've got this kind of leftover scrap piece of wood. I think this was from one of those Crafter Square snakes that they had out, and a leaf. I took my cans outside, I painted them orange, and then I just grabbed my glue gun, I stuck the leaf to it and the stem. Again, how cute is this? This is perfect for fall. If you didn't want to see the twine, you could certainly just glue your lids together with some super glue. I am in love. Now for this next DIY, we're going to take one of these wooden rounds. I picked these up the last time I was at Hobby Lobby, and I am going to grab this round and this raffia kind of hula skirt that I have from the summertime. I'm telling you, grab these when you see them in the summertime. They are perfect for fall DIYs. Now, I'm going to take my wood round and I am just going to add some glue to the edge because we are going to be gluing down that raffia. And you could again use you could use nautical rope for this if you wanted to. I think that this kind of hula skirt raffia is going to be perfect. And what's so nice about this is because it does have that string that's kind of built in there, you can easily kind of round this out or shape this up kind of however you want. Now that I've got the kind of piece trimmed down just a little bit, I'm going to just kind of go around my round circle here. Now we're not going all the way around, we're only going halfway around, so make sure that you do that when you are kind of gluing this down. And then after you've got one kind of layer, go ahead and do a second layer as well, and you're going to be doing it the same exact way. Now you may need to kind of tighten up your string as there's like a piece of twine that's kind of in between there. Go ahead and do that as well because you want to make these pieces as tight as possible. Now that you've got these really long pieces, go ahead and cut those apart and then glue a third one on top of that if you need to, because again, we're trying to make this as full as possible. Any ideas yet of what I am making? Now I took some scrap pieces of cardboard and I'm just going to color them in with my Sharpie. We are going to use the black Sharpie pen here, and I am just going to fill these little circles in. I've got two small circles and then I've got one that's a little bit large. They're not meant to be perfect circles at all. In fact, I wanted two to kind of look like eyes, and I wanted one to look like a mouth because we are going to be making the cutest little harvest ghost. Now, once you've got your eyes and your mouth glued in place, go ahead and add a flower to the top. I think that looks like a little headband at the top. This little harvest ghost is so, so cute. This is a great way to kind of tie in your Halloween decor and your fall decor, and I love it. Now, this next DIY, we're going to call this interpretation. I'm going to call this a harvest moon, and we're going to take a round circle. We're also going to take some of these wheat pieces that I picked up from Michael's, and first I got to separate them, and to do that, I'm going to be using my lineman pliers. Now, first, go ahead and, of course, remove all these pesky tags. These tags are always fun and challenging to remove. Once you've got those done, go ahead and take out your lineman pliers and you're just going to start snipping. Now, if you don't know lineman pliers, I do have a link to my Walmart creator store in my description box below, and you can find these in my DIY storefront. So definitely check those out. Lineman pliers are great. They have a spring in there and it makes it very, very easy to cut through metal. It is perfect for using flowers. Now, I am going to also take some Waverly antiquing wax. This is also in my Walmart creator storefront, by the way. And we are just going to go ahead and make our wood round nice and brown. Now, this side, I did not put any wax on there because I am going to be gluing this down and I don't want that wax to kind of interfere with that. I just made a simple crisscross on the back of my round. That way I would kind of have a line to kind of play with. And we're going to start gluing our harvest kind of pieces, our wheat pieces to the back of this. Now, go ahead and kind of start in the, I guess, the clock formation, kind of do one at 3 o'clock, kind of one at 6 o'clock, one at 9 o'clock, and then just start filling in those pieces. Now, this did not turn out exactly how I thought it would. However, I don't hate it. I think it's got a very cool vibe to it. It's just not my vibe. I have a neighbor that I think will absolutely love it. So she's going to get it. But go ahead and just glue as many of those wheat pieces onto the back of your round. And I am just doing this literally over and over and over and over and over until that entire space is full. So now that that is all drying, I'm going to take the piece of twine that was on my wood round and I'm going to add some of these kind of off-white wood beads to it. These beads I either picked up at Michael's or another craft store. And just go ahead and string your beads and get one strand kind of ready to go. And then I'm going to take some other beads that are a little contrasting in color and we're going to create another string of beads. We're going to have 2 strands of beads total. So now we're going to flip over our harvest moon and you can kind of see the vibe here. We're going to take our contrasting strand of beads and we're going to put that in first and then feed the other one through as well. You can kind of see the second one there hanging on the bottom portion of it. Now you could certainly hang this up like this if you wanted to, but I chose to do this to kind of give me a double row of beads. It didn't turn out exactly the way that I wanted. However, I think it kind of has a very cool kind of southwestern vibe. I think my mom would actually love this, and I'm going to probably either give this to her or to a neighbor of mine that loves a boho look. What do you guys think of this one? All right, you guys, let me know in the comments below which projects were your favorite. I definitely love these guys right here. I also really love that very simple chair pillow. If you guys have been a subscriber of mine for a while, thank you so much. You know, I call you the original gang, the OGs. And also, of course, if you are brand new to the channel, thank you and welcome. And I look forward to bringing you more fall and more fall and more fall, because fall is my favorite, and Halloween DIYs very, very soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.